it's your turn to
Oh, is it for me?
consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT,
And I'm Drew.
and we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man, it's going pretty good. How are you? Long time no see.
Good. Oh, I know it. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I can see you still smell the same.
I do. I still am wearing the same shirt that. Hey, you remember when we were on the Michael show? We were the guests on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still wearing that same deckgum shirt.
Oh, yes, the infamous wife beater.
Yeah. Although he did call it that, and it's been a V-neck the whole time.
Yeah. I don't see any rib tank top there, my friend.
But
Maybe he just thinks you look like Kid Rock or something. I don't know.
well, you know, I can't scream like him, but I can definitely throw a golf club pretty far.
But what's going on with you these days?
Oh, not much, man. You know, just slowly dying on the inside, like always. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I know. Last time we had talked about, radios and all that, so I've been getting in a little bit more into that on my free time. But other than that, man, nothing's going on. You?
Yeah, your khakis still khaki, or
They're a little darker these days, especially when I go around Subway.
yes, eat fresh. So something I want to talk about.
Okay, got really loud there, but yeah.
Yep. I get a little excited sometimes. You know how I be. Pooping.
Oh, no.
But something I want to talk about is, I guess you can kind of tap into your professional development, if you will, from your Air Force days and maybe even prior. But when you have people that work for you or work under you, you supervise them. It doesn't even matter if you're their official supervisor or whatever. You know, you're a team leader, project manager, whatever the label is.
Right.
You know, I've come to learn that not everybody speaks the same language. And what I mean by that is, my first language was Spanish, and then I learned English, and
I thought your first language was sarcasm.
and that's my native tongue. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it
okay.
is. But, not everybody responds the same way, right?
Right.
If I'm late to work in the morning, maybe someone says something verbally to me, and okay, sure, no skin off my back, I'll do better. If the guy next to me is late, maybe he gets really offended by that. Maybe he needs a special one-on-one session or
Right.
whatever. My point is, people react differently.
Exactly.
So you have to, your leadership style can't just be a blanket, hey, this is the way I do it, and, sorry, you're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be very effective, in my opinion. So, that all being said, when you have somebody that maybe responds to you negatively or disrespectfully or adversely, whatever, how do you deal with that?
Well, it depends on the situation, right? So, if I had a subordinate or somebody that I was supervising come back and either face-to-face or via email say, yeah, thanks for nothing, I probably would take a moment because it would probably be in a situation that would be high emotions, and then later on pull them to the side or, show up to their desk or something and just kind of be like, hey, you seemed a little stressed. What's going on? This is what you said. Let's talk about it. And just take that moment with that individual to kind of figure out where they were in that time frame, in that moment, to see if we can resolve what happened or if it's going to continue being an issue. Then maybe just kind of, I don't know. For something like that, I don't think like a typical write up would be the best response in that situation. I think I would just try to see if can we work better together next time? Can we communicate a little better next time? And just kind of shrug it off.
Why do you think a typical write up would not be the best?
Mainly because one, you can't predict other people's emotions, or two, thanks for nothing isn't insulting. It's just someone blowing off steam, and people have a right to blow steam off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember back in the day, there was an airman that we were peers, or maybe we weren't anymore. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, she didn't work for me. She worked for somebody else. But she would get paperwork all the time. And she was the type that, had an attitude usually, pretty smart alecky. I hate to say, that's just her personality because that's not always appropriate. But unfortunately, that's her personality. Once you got to know her, you knew, oh, okay, I'm not going to take offense to this. She doesn't mean it in an offensive way. This is just,
right,
whether right or wrong, this is how she responds.
Right, but you took that time to get to know her.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But she got to a point where, she got so much paperwork all the time. It's like, what is writing someone up for the 110th time going to do?
Yeah.
Or writing them up for the 20th time or the 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. It's meant to be a rehabilitative tool, not just hey, I'm writing you up so I can get you out of my company or, whatever. I don't like you, so be gone.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rehabilitate, and I like how you approached it in the beginning where you were saying how, hey, take some time to let the situation cool off, let both y'all cool off from it, and then readdress it and, hey, what's going on? Kind of figure out if there's anything you can do to help.
Yeah, but
a lot of times it's a cry for help.
A lot of times it is, but people don't want to take that into consideration. It's not let me help you try to figure out your, not personal life, but just what you're going through. It's more of a, what can you do for my company so my company can make profit? And that's kind of like what's going on right now in the world. People, I mean, we have one of the highest, October to November was like the highest unemployment rate thus far because people were either getting fired or quitting. And the main reason, not the only reason, but one of the big reasons was because employees felt like their companies were, they just didn't care anymore. And I know that's been a thing for a long time, but you got to look at what companies are retaining their folks longer and then figure out what are they doing that, say, my company isn't, because I'm having to hire people every 6 weeks or every other quarter or whatever it is. So you've got to take a look at what that is. And if you take care of your employees, then you don't have to worry about that. Your employees will take care of the company. And I think that's what a lot of the bigwigs, people who think, hey man, I'm getting rich quick and we're hiring people and this is great, and you have an attitude problem. I've never liked you before, so we'll hire somebody else. But it's not. That shouldn't be the answer. The answer should be, how can I take care of you? To therefore you take care of me, and I can still grow my company.
Right. And I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's a legitimate issue and it cannot be resolved after trying or having the issues or parties be mediated, what have you, or it's a recurring behavior or any of that stuff, then obviously there are measures to take. whether that's termination or writing up or counseling, whatever.
Right.
But it shouldn't be a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, the punishment should fit the crime, right? If it's something as little as that, oh yeah, thanks for nothing. I can really tell you tried to help me. Thanks. Obviously, the person's frustrated. Obviously, they didn't get what they were looking for, and they're frustrated because of that, or they feel like you didn't help in the way that they thought you could or would. It doesn't necessarily warrant okay, we're going to give you one strike, one more, you're out.
Right. Yeah. But, Thanks for Nothing's been part of my life for the past, I don't know, 4 or 6 months. 4 months, something like that. So.
I was working in kids' church last week.
Okay.
And there was one little boy. He was a younger brother, and his older brother was there, about 9, 10 years old. And his older brother was annoying him. And this kid, you could tell, had a little bit of a temper problem and, wanted to get back at his older brother and, an eye for an eye kind of thing. And had to separate him and, put him kind of in the back of the room. And I was there with him. And then he started making noise, like banging on things. And I'd tell him, dude, you can't do that. You got to stop. So then he would stop for a couple seconds. And then he'd start kicking something. And he'd start like banging around his fidget spinner and on. And it's like, dude, okay, we're going to do the strikes or what have you, but I'm going to have to take you and you're going to have to go sit with your mom. If you can't behave in whatnot, then you can't stay in here. He didn't like that either. And told me, no, that's not how it's going to work.
Oh, okay.
So I decided to change my tactics a little. Obviously, threatening wasn't going to work. So I told him, I said, no, you know what? I said, you must really like me because you want me to stay here and hang out with you. And he looked at me and he just kind of nodded his head up and down, yes. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he just started to open up and he started asking me questions. And, well, this is my name. What's your full name? And, well, I like this and I like that. And he was just looking for some attention.
Yeah.
And not the kind of attention that, like, hey, I'm going to bang on something so I can get someone to come yell at me. But, like, they just needed some TLC, someone to listen. But, I mean, I could have stopped, gotten really upset with him, picked him up, taken him over, had him sit with his mom and, washed my hands of it and been like, not my kid, not my problem.
Right.
But he still would have been a very angry little kid.
Yep.
And I would have just been delivering an angry little kid to a parent who's, hey, you deal with it, he's yours. Which is not the appropriate response in that particular scenario.
Correct. Yeah, but you had the patience to identify that, hey, this isn't working. Let me try something else. And a lot of people don't have that patience to then, hey, this isn't working. Let me try something else. Just, I don't have to deal with this. Don't sit here.
Well, and when you're in those positions, supervisory positions, managerial, what have you, not all the time. And in many cases, you get training. Obviously, in a lot of companies, do not invest in their folks that way and in their training and development. But you learn those types of things and those skills. And, it's not always, okay, this person did this, so now I have to react this way and get them in trouble or do their paperwork or write them a bad evaluation or fill in the blank. It should be anyways, what's at the core. Why are they misbehaving, or why are they acting up, or why did he say thanks for nothing, or why did they leave early, 3 times in a week? So something's going on. What is it? Is that something I can help with, or the company can help with, or that we can't help with at all, whatever, instead of just going straight to, well, we got to hang him for it.
Yeah. Well,
and like I said, that's how you get high turnover.
It is.
Companies not taking care of their people.
Yep. That's so true. So true. But what do you do? I mean, what are your rights as an employee? What are your rights as an employer? You know, what
Mm-hmm.
is there a right and wrong to it? I know morally there's a wrong to it, but I mean, technically nobody really has to care about you.
Right, right. And I think a lot of times people don't know what their rights are or don't know what they can or cannot do. They're just told by their superiors, hey, what you did was wrong. You're gone.
Yeah.
Or you got to go. Or you got to, you need to shut up and color. And nobody else tells them anything different. And they don't necessarily do their own research or anything. And it's just kind of, oh, well, I can't do that. Well, why not? Well, because I don't think I'm allowed to. Well, actually, you might be allowed to do that.
You might, yeah.
The person telling you can't might be in the wrong. You don't know what you don't know.
That's true.
And it's unfortunate that we don't have a lot of representation out there, for those employees to educate them or for them to just go and educate themselves. They have to do that, and sometimes, some people, that's too much work.
It is. It's a lot of work. And this is just from personal experience, but getting like a union involved,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those union reps don't care about you either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's come a long way from why unions were started to where they are today.
yeah. So I've never had a union rep care about me, but that's just me personally. That was the company I was in.
I told you we could still be friends.
Listen, I told you I wouldn't bring it up, but for the sake of the podcast, I gotta say what I gotta say.
For the sake of the podcast.
Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing.
Hey, so you know who we haven't talked to in a while?
Who's that?
Grandma, man. We need to give her a shout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has been a little while, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead and call her up on the show.
Yeah, let me pull the phone up real quick.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Grandma, how are you?
How you doing, Grandma?
Oh, I'm just fine. Who's this?
This is JT and Drew. You remember we just called you not long ago.
Oh, my boys. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh, we're doing good, Grandma. We had a really good Thanksgiving. We hope you did too. We're just calling to check up on you.
Yeah, I bet you did. I didn't see you for Thanksgiving.
Hey, Grandma, what's that in the background? Are we interrupting your show or something?
No. I have just reported. I mean, Uncle Bob. He's in the shower.
What?
Uncle Bob?
Uncle Bob? Who's that?
Yeah, what? You have somebody over? Like you have company or what?
Yeah, it's just Uncle Bob. You remember Uncle Bob.
Okay.
I don't remember any Uncle Bob.
Well, Grandma, you know what? Once again, you sound pretty busy. You got company over and everything. We can let you go. And
Shut your face. No, it's okay.
well, we can call you back later, Grandma.
Come
It's
on,
no
Grandma,
problem.
Please. Can we please just call you back? Please, Grandma.
No,
right.
it's okay. No, hang on. Let me. Babe. Babe, boys won't touch you, babe.
No, it's.
Who is this guy?
Got time for that?
I know. Golly.
Hey. This is Reporter Bob coming to you live. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Who?
Reporter Bob. I thought
Reporter Bob.
Grandma said this.
Steve.
Uncle
Steve,
Bob.
is that you? Steve, hey. Just to remind you, please, we're going on that road trip. Don't take the salsa this time, okay? Please, I couldn't stand it last time.
I'm not sure who Steve is, but this is JT and Drew from the JT and Drew Show.
I'm sorry, who is this? Is this a scam?
Yeah, we've been calling you about your vehicle's warranty. Actually, your student loans.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to have to get Grandma back on the phone. Hello?
Hey, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma. I don't remember Bob. Who's Uncle Bob?
It's Uncle Bob. Oh, Bob. Don't touch me there.
Oh, gosh. Grandma.
Oh,
Good
Bob.
Lord, Grandma, knock that off. You know what? Grandma, you're on the show right now. This is not appropriate.
I'm
We
gonna
need
let you go,
to.
boys. Bob, you
Yeah,
come
please.
here.
Hang up.
Please.
Dude, why do we even call her anymore?
Anyways, as you were saying,
Yeah.
as always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JTDrewShow.